Hello and welcome. Today I'm pleased to present the new Mary Fisher 795 Marlin. This is an important model. It replaces the Mary Fisher 755 Marlin, launched a few years ago. The 755 had quickly become the reference in the fishing boat and seagoing SUV lines, with its adventurous style and inverted windshield. There are three major points that define all the models in the Marlin line. First of all, there is the outboard motor, which allows for top performance and real drivability at speeds of around 30 knots, and which are known for their reduced maintenance costs. The second point that defines the models in the Marlin line is the large cockpit that extends into deeply recessed side decks. The side decks are very reassuring and provide both access to the side door as well as fluid movement between the cockpit and the helm station during fishing activities. As there is one deck, flush from the stern forward, the fisherman can continue his cast, easily following his prey forward. One thing you'll notice on this 795 Marlin is the extremely wide side door that allows for fluid movement on board and excellent ventilation at the helm, where one feels almost outside, though well protected from the elements by the deep side decks and handrails. Boarding the boat is very easy, as you can see, with these large and wide bathing platforms that are flush with the transom. There is a convenient handrail that makes it easy to get out of the water after a swim, and also to separate the platform from the outboard motor. One feature that Jano has added is this stern fishing table equipped with a cutting board, cup holders, and to the right, a live well. This sliding fishing table has two unique features. First, when pulled forward, it facilitates access and movement from one platform to another. And second, it provides a more comfortable fishing position while in the cockpit, standing against the foam backrests. Under this fishing table, you have a first folding bench seat. When stowed, it allows for unencumbered space in the cockpit, and when folded down, it completes the cockpit saloon. As an option, owners can choose folding side benches on each side. Even though this is a fishing type boat, one can still transform the area into a sun deck. To do that, we use an additional bench seat, which serves as both a bench and a storage locker in different positions. In the center of the cockpit, it forms the sun deck and is stowed aft against the folding bench seat. Under the large aft deck, well protected by flush side decks and additional optional handrails, we find three storage lockers. Two lateral, here, and a large central locker that also contains the battery compartments. Finally, you can equip the third cockpit locker with a polyester live well to store your catch. And as you can see, the model presented here has an auxiliary helm, which makes control of the boat possible closer to the fishing action. This auxiliary cockpit can be either mechanical or an electrically controlled version, depending on the engine type selected. Other optional equipment for the boat includes this folding sunshade, which is interesting in two ways. The first is that it leaves the aft deck open, with no support structures, so it can be used unencumbered for fishing activities and unhindered casting. The second is that it serves as a grab rail for a firm hold when standing. I invite you to follow me to discover the forward cockpit. As you can see, Jeannot's priority was to create a large aft deck dedicated to fishing, with plenty of space. The foredeck remains practical and large enough to be an auxiliary fishing area, but was also designed to be a friendly bow saloon, with its bench seat, an air vent for the cabin beneath, and 2 additional seats either side of the anchor well. This model is equipped with an electric windlass. The anchor well, as you can see, is deep enough to store plenty of chain. You may also notice the split bow rail that allows for easy anchor access and also to disembark over the bow. In fact, this boat can be equipped with a bow pulpit in stainless steel with a teak platform and a ladder to disembark from the bow. Now I suggest you follow me and we'll go have a look at the interior. There are built-in side decks on each side of the boat. Of course, to starboard, the side deck is a little wider. It was a design priority to give the helm station side more room. The starboard side door is standard on all versions. The port side door is optional. In the wheelhouse, depending upon the version, the layout will change. Here we have the 2-door version, plus the optional port side door. So, a starboard side door and an aft bay window that allow for easy movement on board. In this configuration, there is, in addition to the pilot and co-pilot seats located here, a third co-pilot seat that provides a comfortable extra seat, slightly higher than the driver's seat. This layout allows for a 3-person fishing party to sit together during navigation. There is a handrail for when conditions are somewhat rough. On this version, there is a 3-panel bay window, so priority was given to direct traffic from the cockpit to the inside, with just a small shallow step that allows for easy movement from the wheelhouse to the outside. There is a second version of the Mary Fisher 795 Marlin without the rear bay window, but in its place is a bulkhead and window with an interior bench seat. This layout offers even more comfort inside because you can sit 3 people in the back. In both versions, you can equip the boat with this very clever table. It is stowed under the roof so as not to take up space when fishing. The support serves as a handrail, and when the table is lowered, it forms a nice lounge to share a good time with friends. If desired, the boat can be delivered with additional equipment to make it more comfortable, such as a 42-liter refrigerator that can be connected with a port electricity jack and a generator to keep it running offshore. There is storage space on each side and also, under the cover, a sink and faucet. The cockpit is well equipped. Here you have the 9-inch Lawrence GPS, but the surface is flat and large enough to accommodate a larger GPS if desired. Here you have the stereo system, here the bow thrusters, and the contacts for the motors. Just above, there is the deck headlight controller for the bright forward headlight, and also the VHF, which is installed here. Just forward, you have the cabin. Here is the berth, and above the portal mentioned earlier. This part is removable for easier access to the closed head compartment with a marine toilet and holding tank. A layout with more space is available in a version with a larger berth in place of the head compartment. Beneath that berth, there is an easily accessible storage compartment. By now you've understood, the Mary Fisher 795 Marlin is a true adventurer that is up to any fishing trip, but depending on the interior and exterior options, is also made for other outings, including with the family. If you want to know more about this new model, I invite you to contact your Jano dealer or visit us at a boat show near you.